So this is the recap for live stream 346, and we've had a better day in the market. I think in large part down to the market being more favorable in terms of the price action. Did come in today, was a little bit concerned that the range when I came to the market was about 105 points, somewhat narrow over on the equity indices, well, particularly the NQ. Saw today that we did have a big day, a big week in terms of the economic calendar. We had core inflation, PPI. So core inflation is due tomorrow. Sometimes the market can go into a pretty narrow range in anticipation of a major news event. So we had core inflation, we had PPIs, that's going to be out on Thursday, and retail sales and Michigan consumer sentiment out on Friday. So we do have that as potentially holding the market in place. Now, we did have some fundamentals in terms of Nvidia and AMD regarding a 15%, similar to an export tax. But let's have a look what happened on these markets. So we'll start over on gold, as we normally start from right to left. Over on gold, came into the market, and we saw the market head to the upside here. There was a short. I did not take the short. I don't think I was paying attention to gold at the time. So we had a short through here. That short would have worked. I certainly had my reservations considering the fact that we saw the level of volatility that we'd see over on gold prior to me getting to the charts around where I'm normally getting around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we saw a range, a high to low range of 69.2. Saw the market sell off after the Sunday night open and pretty much trading near the low of day. So I was certainly concerned about the fact that a short could potentially be punished with a move to the upside. So missed that short there. Did see a short over here that would have resulted in failure. Missed this short over here as well because I was paying attention to NQ. So finally had this short here. Decided to take the short. Went short. Placed to take off 50% of the position if the market went against me towards my stop. It did not. Went down, hit the target. So from a short of the 407.7s, managed to exit at the 404.2s. Over on ES, you can see here, over on ES, similar scenario, had a pretty narrow range. It was around about 22 points, high to low, so pretty narrow, similar to the NQ. When I saw NQ breaking out of the high of day, thought that we may see that move towards the, what was at the time the higher day on ES, sitting around the 429.50s. So got in. Must admit it was a bit of a FOMO trade. Did get in, anticipating a test of the highs. Prices did get to the highs, so got in around that 427.25. Managed to get out at 429.50. As we can see, price broke through the highs and came back inside as we've been trading a range. Also, if we look at the right hand side of the screen, we can see that the volume seems pretty light today across all instruments. You can imagine it's in anticipation of the economic news that's coming out later this week. Finally, we'll have a look over at NQ. So over on NQ, the first trade I took was a long trade. Now, this is where I made a execution error. So went long, prices started going against me, decided to get out. So went long 33.75, exited at the 24 mark. After getting out, decided to use this level around the 720.50s, got back in. Prices pulled back from the midpoint around, where's that, around 33.50s. Target should have been around the 44.25s. Decided to take profit if prices were to get back up there. They did. Didn't hold it to the true target. And as you can see, price I took profit. Prices, of course, continued beyond the 44 and further to the upside. So did feel a bit of disappointment in terms of missing out, considering that I did mention it was a possibility of the prices double bottoming in this area because we saw buying there, just didn't hold the trade to its full potential. Saw prices break out, felt some FOMO here to the upside, thought we could see a further move. Eventually decided to get in, got in right here around the 63s, price went up, started coming back, so I took it off for a small break even, so got in at the 63s, got out at 64s. Originally was targeting the 73s. Similar to over an ES, we're looking at the pre-market highs, or what was at the time the current high day, if you consider the electronic trading hours. And getting out early, prices eventually, of course, hit the target there. And that was pretty much it. We could see here I didn't have any more setups to the long side. And that's where I'm biased at the moment over on our friends at NQ. We can see these are the trades taken out. So the trade I exited early on NQ, bit of an execution error. Lost 19.5. The other trade on NQ picked up 27.5. Should have picked up 48 if I allowed it to get to the 44.25s. We had the break-even trade on NQ. This was a trade I didn't allow to get to 73. Price came down. Of course, got stopped out in profits. Or I might have closed a position there for small break-evenish trade. The chase towards the high of day on ES picked up 11.250, and the trade I've taken on gold, which hit its full potential, picking up 35. So now I'll have a look at the trade performance. So over on the trade performance, we can see here total number of trades taken. We're looking at 5 trades, 3 on NQ, 1 ES, 1 gold. Across the board, we can see overall P&L 53 to 50, 4 winners, 1 loser. So pretty high accuracy today across the 5 traded. Looking at 80% win rate. Average win 18,9375, and the average loss 19,500. So average loss is still bigger than the average win. Even on this winning day, we can see across NQ, the average win being 14,750, the average loss being 19,500. So not great metrics there. We're looking at nearly a 5k difference between the two. So that's just not good. Despite the higher accuracy around the winning 2 and losing 1 trade. Of course, we had 100% accuracy over on ES and gold. 1 trade all the way to profits. And we can see we picked up 11,250 on ES and 35 on gold. So now it's the first time trading this current system here. So we'll see how it continues to develop over the coming days and weeks. It seems promising for the first day. So I'm not going to declare a victory over the markets at the moment, because I'm sure there's going to be difficulties ahead at some point. But with that said, thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.